Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this one I'm going to be showing you how to make a tower defense game in Scratch. And let's hop right into it. This is probably going to be a multiple part series because this is going to take a while, okay? So first of all, you're going to want to go into backdrops and you're going to want to make two different backdrops, okay? The first backdrop is going to be your main menu, and the second backdrop is going to be the actual track itself. So what I'm going to do is make the first backdrop, which is just going to be like a super plain menu real quick, just like this, okay, and then just get a nice little track in right here. Okay, so there we go, perfect. Now we have our super simple right here. Now let's get the track in. The track, I'm just gonna get rid of that, and I'm actually gonna make the grass this color. I'm just gonna darken it up a little bit, just like that. Perfect. Perfect. Now we have our grass. Now let's make the track. So for the track, I was thinking maybe something like this, like go like right there, and then it's gonna go right here, and then right here, and then down to the right, and then up. Okay, there we go. We have our track, tons of space to put the towers. Okay, we have our track, and we have the starting. So we're gonna do, when green flag is clicked, looks, switch backdrop to backdrop 1. I'm actually gonna title this menu, and then track, just like that. So when green flag clicks, switch background to menu, and then we're gonna do when I receive, make a new message and call it start game, just like this. Alright, and then we're gonna make a new message, and we're gonna duplicate this. We're gonna call it new message, and we're gonna call it home screen, so we can restart the game. So we're gonna do this, and we're also gonna do that. Perfect. Now we're gonna make a new sprite. We're just gonna start the game. Okay, so in this sprite, I actually want to make a nice little intro where it's just a balloon floating across. So I'm actually gonna do that right now. So the enemies are gonna be like balloons. So I'm just gonna call it balloon menu, just like that. Okay, perfect. So now we have here. So you're just gonna want to make your real quick sprite. I'm just gonna do this, and then you want to duplicate this and make multiple colors for your sprite. I'm just gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna get a green, and I think that should be good for now. Now, what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to go, when green flag clicked, looks, hide, and then we're gonna put when backdrop switches to, we're gonna get this block, when backdrop switches to track, hide, stop other scripts in this sprite. Stop other scripts in this sprite. Stop other scripts in this sprite right here. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is when green flag is clicked, we're gonna do repeat until. I'm gonna put a repeat until block, and then we're gonna put if else. We're gonna put if. We're gonna get equals. And we're gonna put pick random 1 to 10, but we're actually gonna do 1 to 3. And if it equals 1, then we're gonna switch. We're gonna get a switch costume. We're gonna switch costume to costume 1, and then we're gonna wait. Pick random 1 to 3 seconds, and then we're gonna put looks show, and we're gonna make it go to right here. We're gonna make it go to right here, which is motion go to right here, then glide. Now I'm gonna put 4 seconds, and we're gonna grab this and we're gonna put it over here, right here, which is 2, 6, 2, and then hide. And we're gonna do that, and this is what's gonna give us the random effect. Now we're going to duplicate this, and we're going to put, if it equals 2, we're going to switch costume to costume 2. We're going to duplicate this, put it under it, and we're going to do, if it equals 3, switch costume to costume 3, which is perfect. And now we have our intro. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to have random balloons floating across. There we go. There we go. We got purple for our first one, and then we're going to get, I think, purple again. But that's just because it's picking random. It's picking random. So now it's going to be orange. And there we go. So there we go. We have our basic intro. And now we're going to want to make like a title screen. Or not a title screen, like the name. So I'm going to name my game Basic Tower Defense. So on the top I'm going to get white. I'm just going to call it Basic Tower Defense. You would name this whatever you want, but I just want to name it Basic Tower Defense because, you know, that's what it is. It's a basic tower defense. So I'm just gonna make it a little bigger, right, just like that. And there we go. We have our menu. We're actually gonna copy this, and we're gonna put when I receive home screen as well. When I receive home screen as well. So there we go. We have our intro, our menu, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna want to make we're going to want to make a play button, of course. So we're going to make a button, and we're going to call it play. And this is what we're going to do. So we're going to make a real quick sprite for it. Just like so. Put it right here. We're going to title it play. Just like that. Maybe a little smaller. I feel like it's a little too big. So we're just going to shrink it down a little bit. Okay, so there we go. We have our play button. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put when green flag clicked, looks show, and then we're going to put forever, if, and then we're going to do an if else. We're going to put if touching mouse pointer, change size by, and then we're going to get the minus operator, and then this divide, and we're going to put that right there, just like that. So it's blank minus blank divided by blank, and then we're going to put 120 in this one, 120 minus, and then we're going to go into looks, and we're going to grab this size block right here, minus size divided by 3, and we're going to put set ghost effect to 20, just like that. So now it's gonna do something, it's gonna do this, just like that, but we don't have anything in the else, so we need to do that. So we're gonna do change size by, and we're gonna change this ghost effect, and we're gonna put it to 0. We're actually gonna put it to 0, and then we're gonna put this by 100 minus size, just like this. So we're gonna restart it, and now it does this. So there we go. We have our play button, and it looks pretty cool. Now we're gonna do a if sensing mouse down, then broadcast start game. We're gonna make a new variable, and we're gonna call it. We're gonna delete the my variable, and we're gonna make a new variable. We're gonna call it wave over question mark. There we go. Perfect. And we're gonna put set wave over to true. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna make it where we have waves. So there we go. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna make the balloons, the actual balloons. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new sprite, and we're gonna paint it, and we're gonna call it balloons. Okay. So now we're gonna give it a color. I'm just gonna go with a nice little purple or blue. We're gonna do that, just like that, and make sure it's the size of the track. So we're gonna press play. We're also gonna press. We're gonna put hide right here. We're gonna put a hide, just like this. Hide. Stop other scripts in this sprite. or no, stop this script. Stop this script. Just like this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're also going to copy this, and we're going to take out the when green flag is clicked, and we're going to put when I receive home screen. So it's going to be like this. We can press play. There we go. And then this is going to be perfect. And now we just have to size our balloons to be the size of the track. A little smaller. Tiny bit smaller. Perfect. Okay. So this is the part where we actually get into coding them. I'm going to show you how to make the balloons now, and then if we have time, I'll show you how to make the first monkey. So what we're going to do is the balloons are probably going to take longer. So we're going to do, we're going to put, let's see. We're going to make a button. We're going to make a sprite. We're going to call it start wave. Okay, now we're just going to make a real quick sprite for it. Just a real quick sprite. Something simple, you know? Perfect. Okay, there we go. We have our little sprite. We're going to set size to 50. I'm going to put it in the corner, just like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is when I receive start game, looks show forever if else. We're going to get an if else, and we're going to put in the else, we're going to put hide because that's what it's going to be. So we're going to put show right here, and we're going to get an equals operator. We're going to put equals wave over equals true, then show, and then we're going to get an if touching mouse pointer and mouse down, touching mouse pointer and mouse down, touching mouse pointer and mouse down. We're actually going to get rid of that, and we're going to put when the sprite is clicked, broadcast new wave. Oops, broadcast message. We're going to put new wave, just like this. And then we're going to put change wave by 1, make a variable, and we're going to call it wave. And we're going to change it by 1, so change wave by 1, and then set wave over to false. There we go. So now we have our button now. So there we go. We have our button to start the next wave. This is pretty simple. We're also going to put in the sprites when green flag clicked. It looks hide, just like this. And we're also going to put when I receive home screen. When I receive home screen, hide. Because this game is going to be able to be replayed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in the balloons, or your little thing, and then we're going to make a new block, okay? So we're going to make a block, and what we're going to do is we're going to call it wave system, and then we're going to add an input, and we're going to call it amount of clones. Make another input, we're going to call it costume. Make another input and call it speed. Make another input and call it clone spawn rate. Just like this. Except we have to have labels. So we're going to do that real quick. Add a label. Amount of clones. Add an input, amount of clones, add a text, costume, add an input, costume, add a label, speed, add an input, speed, add a label, clone spawn rate, make an input, clone spawn rate, just like this, and we should have our block just like this. Perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make new variables. Okay, we're gonna make new variables and we're gonna call them. We're gonna call it. We're gonna call one. We're gonna make a variable. We're gonna call one. We're gonna make a variable, and it's gonna be just for this sprite. Make a variable just for this sprite only. We're gonna call it speed. We're gonna set speed to speed. We're gonna make a new variable, this sprite only. We're gonna call it costume. And we're gonna set costume to costume. We're gonna make a new variable, and then we're gonna put set wave over to false, just like that. And we're gonna put repeat amount of clones, create clone of myself, wait, clone spawn rate seconds, set wave over to true, set wave over to true, wait until wave over equals false. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna create the amount of clones, which is the amount of balloons, and then it's gonna spawn it with the spawn rate you set. So if you set it to 0.1, it's gonna be boom, 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 boom. It's gonna be super quick, and I don't think anyone will be able to deal with that. So there we go, and we're gonna make a new thing. We're gonna call it when I start as clone. When I start as clone. Forever. This is this right here. This is gonna be for costumes. If you want costumes, so it's gonna be if else. If costume, you're gonna want to make so many costumes, each different colors. So I'm gonna do that real quick. You're gonna want to make 10 costumes. 10 costumes. Just like that. And you're gonna want to paint them different. The last one's actually gonna be gray. And I'm just gonna have them get more serious as time goes on. Blue, yellow, red, pink, green, lime green, blue, dark blue, and then we're gonna get orange. Perfect. Okay, there we go. We have all our colors. So we're gonna put if, and then we're gonna get an equal. We're gonna put if, or no, not an equal. We're gonna get this one where it's pointing to the left, and we're gonna get wave. If a wave is greater than 10, then switch costume to costume 10. Switch costume to costume 10. Else, switch costume to costume, or switch costume to wave, just like that. So there we go. And now is when we get into the actual parts. So we're gonna do when I receive new wave. When I receive new wave, if we're gonna get if it's gonna be an if. We're gonna put if switch costume to, if wave equals 1. If wave equals 1, then switch costume to costume 1. Just like this. And then we're gonna put in blocks, we're gonna get the wave system, and we're gonna set the speeds. So 10, 1, 6, and 1.5. This is what I'm gonna do for wave 1. So we're gonna get a wave block, and we're gonna put that right in this little slot. There we go. So there we go. We have our wave system set up for 1. We're gonna duplicate this, do 2, and we're just gonna do the same thing. 2, 2, 6, and 1.5. Duplicate this, 3, 2, 3, 30, 2, 6, and 1. And we're just going to keep doing this. So we're going to get 4, 4. We're going to do this, 4. We're going to get 4. And I'm going to set the spawn rate to 0.8. Just like this. And then we're going to make a new one. If you don't want to keep going after 4, or if you don't want to keep going in general, we're just going to get the wave block. And then instead we're going to get a greater than. So if wave is greater than, and we're going to put 4, then get rid of the costume. And we're going to put amount of clones. It's going to be wave times 10. Wave times 10. And this is going to make it infinite. It's going to make the game infinite, and it can go on forever. Costume 3. Speed is going to be 5. And the spawn rate is going to be 0.5. There we go. We have the wave system actually complete. And now we have to make it where they go to the actual spot. So we're going to do, we're going to make a new thing. We're going to clean up the blocks actually. We're going to make a new thing over here. So we're going to get a block when I start as clone. When I start as clone, go to, and you're going to make it where you want them to start. So I want them to start right here. So you're going to put go to put it where they go. And then you're going to go to the first corner. The first corner, which is right here. You're going to put glide. Oh, you're going to make a new variable, and you're going to put set. So you're going to put on screen question mark. And this one's going to be for this sprite only. This one's going to be for this sprite only. So you're going to put set on screen to yes, or to true. And you're going to looks show. This is going to be a pretty long tutorial. I'm going to try to actually get this done in one part. Or no, I'm going to try to get the balloons done in one part and then one monkey, so you guys know how this works. So yeah, so do that, and we're going to glide 1 second to right here, and then we're going to put them all the way up here to this corner, and we're going to motion glide 1 second to here, put a 3, 4, then we're going to put them to here. And we're going to go into motion. I'll put 3. Then we're going to go down to here. Which is, let's see. Go down to here. Which can be 5 seconds. Oops. And then we're going to go down to here, which is going to be 1 second. And then we're going to go down up all the way to here, which is going to be 6 seconds. And this is what we should get. This is going to be the balloons movement. Perfect. Just what we want. Okay. Now we're going to put change. And we're going to make a new variable. And we're going to call it health. And then in parentheses, we're going to call it player. There we go. Now we're going to put change health player by, and then we're going to do wave times -1. Wave times -1. So if you're on wave 1, it's only going to do 1 damage. If you're on wave 2, it's going to be 2 damage. Times -1. And then set on screen to false. Set on screen to false. And then delete this clone. Perfect. Okay, now we have there. We're going to clean up again. And now it's going to be time for the big one. So we're going to make a new one. When I start this clone, switch costume to my blocks. You're going to go down to here to the first one. You're going to pull out this costume. And go all the way up here, back to here, and you're going to switch costume to costume. And then you're going to set health. You're going to make a new variable. You're going to call it health for this sprite only, okay? Health for this sprite only. Okay, and you're going to set health to wave. And then we're going to do a forever loop. Forever set. And then we're going to make a new variable. And it's going to be for this sprite only. We're going to call it X. And then we're going to make a new one called Y for this sprite only again. And then we're going to put leader X, which is for every sprite. Leader X, and then leader Y. And then what we're going to do for this is we're going to get a set, 4 sets. You're going to want to get 4 sets, just like this. You're going to get set X to, and then you go to motion, and you're going to get the X position. Set Y to the Y position. Set leader X and leader Y to the X and Y blocks, just like this, the variable X and Y, just like that. And you're going to put if touching. You're going to put an if right here. Okay, there. This is everything you need. So now we're going to make an actual monkey. Actually, no. So I'm actually going to continue this when we're done. I'm actually going to continue this in the next video. See you guys later.